Season 4, Round 2. We head to Spain this afternoon, circuit to Barcelona, Catalunya. Joining me today, we have a new member to the Discord, and from next week, full-time commentator along with Kachao. So welcome everyone to SFR, FRL Charlie. How you doing?
I'm doing absolutely brilliant. It feels great to be commentating in another league and gives me more stuff to do, and it feels great to be here.
Good. So you're familiar with the CCR network. You race in PAFR. You've done a couple of commentating jobs in PAFR as well. A couple of drivers in SFR that you're familiar with, and you've got some money on someone tonight. Who's your money on?
I've got my money on Weird tonight. I reckon he's got enough pace to try and get the win, I reckon.
Yeah, he's in the pre-season race in Britain. He was absolutely rapid and won that race quite easily, actually. He even had a spin on the last couple of laps and still ended up winning. So he was pretty good there, and he was doing quite a good job in Spa last week until he had a bit of an accident. So yeah, I'll go with that. I'm not sure about PHG Vengeance. He's PAFR as well, isn't he? What's his kind of pace like?
His pace was alright here. Me and him had a couple of battles in Spain earlier for PAFR. I reckon if he didn't have cycle damage, he's gonna be quite quicker, I reckon.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't seen him race in PAFR, so I'm not quite sure of his relative pace. And he's done a couple of races here, but I think he's had a bit of bad luck, and he's not had a proper showing just yet. So possibly someone to look out for as well. Stuart Little is always a quick driver, and my man Delta Lima, his pace has gone rapid over the last couple of weeks or months, and yeah, he's going to be definitely up there for a top 10 finish, I reckon, as well. We have Yerdy and Thumph Kugelnice has just joined us as well, so we are going to end up with a full grid, I believe. Seeing what the weather's like. Delta, what's the weather?
So in qualifying, we've got a 3% chance of rain throughout, and then going into the race we've got a 10% chance of rain. So very much looking like it could be dry, but who knows?
Who knows? There is always that estimate. So it was a full wet race in PAFR this morning, which caused a bit of chaos, didn't it? So and possibly a dry race here, so that could be make things a bit interesting.
So we've just had a little update on the forecast. About half an hour into the race, the percentage chance of rain goes up to 22, and then at the hour mark we're looking at 68% chance of rain. So it could be wet at the end.
Oh, we could be finishing on a wet race. That's always interesting. So we're going to jump on board with Rainer Zufau. He's just about to start his hot lap, coming around the last couple of corners. Let's jump on board with him. What are you going to say, Charlie?
On the other hand, someone's just left, so much for a full grid now.
Yeah, we should have two people joining. Thumph's asking what car. Not sure what car he's going to be. What cars have we got available? Let's look down the list.
Doesn't matter, whatever two are left. They can have whichever one each, because they're both reserves.
I believe there's an Alpha Tauri and a Alfa Romeo available, I believe.
Yeah, sounds about right. So very easy track to invalidate round here, especially at the bit of track that Rainer is coming up to now, which is turns 7 and 8 if you get on that inside curve. But this game, and at turn 9, the exit at turn 9 is very easy, and Rainer is very twitchy. That is a save and a half. That is a save and a half.
He resets back onto the track. That was a good save by him.
That was a very good save. We'll let him off that reset.
Yeah.
It's not in the race. So we have Thumph Kugelnice has joined us. He is Season 3 champion by quite some distance. He raced in 11 races last year, won 10 of them and finished second in the other one. So he is absolutely rapid. Yerdy's here as well now. So yeah, we have a full grid of 20. Hopefully they'll all be able to set laps and everything. There we go. Righty boy in his Ferrari this year, car number 88, my lucky number. Crosses the start-finish line and sets a 1:17.453. So he's currently second, 1.8 seconds off Lasser's time at 1:15.7. What was the time in PAFR this morning? Do you remember?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What was the qualifying time in PAFR this morning? Do you remember?
The qualifying time for PAFR, I believe, was a 1:13.9.
Okay, so we're still a little bit off that. Oh, Fumph has retired. Oh, Will and Fumph, I assume they've had a bit of a coming together. There's two cars going very slowly. There's two cars, yeah, Aston and an AlphaTauri at the pit exit. Will, and there's going to be... Oh, he's saying sorry. I think Fumph has smashed into the back of Will.
Oh, dear.
So that's going to be interesting. Will sometime can be the angry man in the Discord. So yeah, we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go hitting anyone in the back in qualifying. So now they're going to have to start in the back.
Okay, so it is getting a bit angry in Discord right now. So I might just turn that off.
Oh dear.
Will has left the session, so Will's quit.
I think he's had enough already.
Yeah, possibly, quite possible. So Vengeance sets a 1:15.849, and Cool Beans is a 1:16.317. Obviously, these are just their first runs, so the track will evolve and the track will rubber in a bit. So towards the end of the session, we could see some times that are coming a bit faster.
Yeah, surprisingly, nobody's also gone onto the medium tyre yet.
Toss is on the medium, but he loves to do the reverse strategy here, especially here at Spain. So I think he will sacrifice his qualifying for a medium tyre run, which is what he normally does.
Yeah, I don't blame him, because to be honest, it is possible to make the mediums last quite long here if you have the right setup, because I've done it before. And you can definitely maybe even do a one stop from a soft to medium.
Yeah. The soft tyre is obviously going to be faster at the end, so there is a bit of the... that's what they say. I think he did him and Kachow, when Kachow raced in SFR for us. The France strategy they did, it was known as the Haas master plan, which is why they keep mentioning it in the Discord.
Oh, an exotic spun it in Sector 3.
Okay, that's a tricky curb, that one as well, isn't it? That 10, 11 and 12 complex. Very bumpy part of the track.
So yeah, you've definitely got... Continue.
There you go.
Yeah, you've got to watch... You mainly need to watch out for all the curves in Sector 3 there, because you're going to get caught in turn 8, I believe it was, and then you've also got to watch it in turn 10, I believe. Yeah,
you've got to get the car slowed down, rotated, and then not go over any of the curves, because they're just going to absolutely yeet you off the track. Cornet has set a 1:15.122, so he currently goes fastest, and Dace is not far behind with a 15.447. So we're pretty close to breaking into the 1 minute 14s. Delta Lima,
very close to the 1:14s.
Very close. So Delta Lima currently the slowest guy on track with a 17.901. But he has set a time compared to teammate Viet in the Alpine, who's on his outlap on the soft tyres. Eduardo on the outlap on the soft tyres in the AlphaTauri, and Toss the Caber, who has put the soft tyres on now, and he is on his outlap as well in the Haas.
Yeah, Weird's coming up to the start-finish line now, coming out of the final corner, and he's going to start on his flying lapper now. Hopefully he can get a good lap and get into the top 10, I reckon.
Yeah, so he's currently still on his outlap, so we're not going to see any relative sector times just yet. AA currently is coming round to start his flying lap. He's on the softs as well. He's on a 17.137, so he does need to improve and probably take at least half a second off to get himself into the top 10. Both McLarens are doing a pretty good job this week. Red Dog currently in P9 and B16 in P5.
Yeah, they're definitely doing a good job. I reckon P5 and P9. That's a qualifying where you definitely want to be, I reckon.
Yeah. So we run we have a wooden spoon in SFR. Started in season 2. The McLaren boys, they're good friends. They won the wooden spoon they came bottom of the constructors in season 2. That was claimed by myself and Delta last season in Season 3. We picked up the wooden spoon. But they have definitely massively improved. Their pace has got so much better. They're a lot faster than I am now. I haven't improved. I've just stayed flat. Whereas these guys have improved and Delta's improved as well massively. So yeah, I think at the minute I'm jumping back in the Alpine seat from next season.
Yeah, well, hopefully that'll turn out very well. Weird's gone to P8 in the Alpine on the other hand, so he's done a 1:16.4. I reckon he could go a bit quicker than that, and I'm not sure, but and the Haas of Medward has just spun in the final corner.
Oh, that's quite an easy point to spin as well. If you touch that inside curve, watching that. Who was that?
God.
That wasn't Rayner, so that was
PHG. Vengeance.
So he had to get out of that quite a lot. That was pretty. That's pretty interesting. That
was a close call there.
Toss didn't actually set a lap. He's back in the pit lane.
I think he ended up invalidating on his lap.
Okay. So it's quite easy to invalidate, especially in the middle sector.
Yeah, definitely in the middle sector, and Medward's definitely ruined Vengeance's lap. I think he was 2.5 seconds down in sector 1.
Okay, yeah, so that lost him a lot of time by swerving out the way. So we'll see what happens definitely. If there's any incidents reported this week. We'll see what comes out of that. Rayner has put on a set of medium tyres. It's getting pretty busy out on track, especially in the middle sector. There's a lot of cars, 3 cars in a line on the same straight. Medwards gets out of the way this time.
Don't quite understand why you'd want to go onto the mediums when you've already done a lap on the softs, to be honest. And
yeah, I mean,
Exotic spun.
Yeah, turn 1 and turn 2, I think that was somewhere along those lines. So he's going very slow. It's just an out lap, so he hopefully hasn't taken too much out of his tyres.
Medward aborts his lap.
Coolbeans is warming up for his lap. Let Stuart Little go. Stuart Little is pitting. So let's ride on board with Coolbeans as he starts his... No, he's pitting as well, unfortunately.
Rayner's on a fine lap, I believe.
Let's have a look at Rayner. So Rayner he's up. He's a little bit up, so maybe that soft tyre run was a banker lap.
Maybe.
And he knows he's still got some more pace that he can extract from the car in certain parts of the track, and he can go a little bit faster.
Yeah, if you're gonna go quick on the mediums, and you can definitely clearly go a lot more quick on the softs, but he lost the rear end there though. Luckily he managed to keep it off. Ooh. That was another close call by one of the drivers in turn 8. That's probably ruined his lap, so he's gonna have to abort that, I reckon.
Rayner gets a little bit out of shape at turn 11 and 12. I haven't got his sector time up, so I'm not sure what if he is up or down. Let's see what he does as he comes around the last corner. He's abandoning. Yeah, he lost a lot of time in that section, so unfortunately for him, he is having to abandon that lap. Red Dog is 3 seconds down, so he's not going to improve on this lap. We currently have...
PHG is on a flyer here, 5/10 up on his lap there, I think.
He's gone second fastest with a 15.296. So he currently pushes himself up into P2. Dace is on an out lap. Coolbeans is he's in the pits. B16 is up. He's just under a 10th up. Gets the power down out of the last corner. Comes round. He's going to head to the line. Just enough ERS for the lap, and he goes a 10th and a half faster. Stays in pace P6, but cements his P6 3/10 faster, or 3.5 faster than Rayner in P7.
Yeah, if you're not going to gain a position, at least to extend it. But on the other hand, Korn is gone a 10th up in sector 1.
Okay, let's ride on board with Cornet. In the Aston Martin, we were arguing over who got the Aston Martin this year, and he ended up coming out on top of it and getting it. We took the Alpine. Aston Martin is a beautiful looking car. Not quite the colour green I was hoping for though. I was hoping for a slightly better green. It's not quite British racing green.
Yeah, I was expecting a bit of a more brighter green instead of that kind of green. But he's gone another 10th up in Sector 2, so he might manage to go up into the 114s there. Yeah,
I think he probably will. He comes round the last corner, stays valid, keeps off that inside curve, which will bounce you off across the track into the gravel on the other side. Not quite. He must have lost a bit of time in the last sector, so he is currently still the fastest man. Went half a tenth quicker, but a 15.091.
Still a good lap. He's extended his gaps to Vengeance and all the other drivers, so that could be the pole lap if he can't improve anymore, so you can still keep it.
It could be. I can't see how much time is left. When the yellow flag flashes up, you can't see what time's left in the... There it is, 2 minutes 35. So just enough time for drivers to come out. We are seeing a few come out of the pit lane now. So is Corney going to have enough time to get back? I don't think he will. He is... that's his fastest lap done and dusted, unless he has got to know his fuel lights flashing red, so he hasn't got enough time to do another lap.
Ted Wardo starts his flying lap here, but he's got 2 cars out of him coming out of this, but luckily they brake just in time before the first corner, so they managed to get out of the way just in time.
Good, good. So Ted Wardo, a driver in NRL and now SFR. He's been in NRL for quite a few seasons, and he's joined as a full-time driver for this season in SFR, so we welcome him here. Reserved a few times last year.
3 tenths up in the first sector. It would, as things stand though, that would keep him in P15, but I do think that he did end up messing up on his lap, so this could be a better lap.
Yeah, he's definitely faster than a 17.665. He's got time. He's just going to hit the end of the... Yeah, he's 8 tenths up. So he's into the... He's going to be right on exotic at this point. Delta is a 10th and a half up, so he's not going to be massively improving.
Spun it again, and he's blocked off a few drivers there, especially the Ferrari, and I don't think... Luckily that's righty, but luckily he's on a final lap.
Ted Wardo goes a second and a half faster, which shoots him up the grid to P7. Delta has lost quite a bit of time. So Delta looks like he's going to be remaining in P16. Toss is out on a set of mediums again. I'm not quite sure what he's doing.
Might want to try and start on the mediums. Might go from mediums to hards. You never know. Come out quite good.
So Will has actually headed down to Wetherspoons. So he's already left the lobby.
To be honest.
He's already done a Kimmy and headed to the motorhome with his ice cream.
I mean, I could use a Wetherspoons right now, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So Toss is coming round into the last couple of corners on his medium tyres. He hasn't set a lap yet, so I can't see what kind of relative pace he's got compared to what he did before, but he gets a huge tank slapper on. Can't get the power down. That's going to have lost him at least half a second there. And he's P15. So Delta had enough fuel to do another run. Coming up to turn 9.
That's not the type of lap time you want to set on the mediums, especially if you're going to be outside of the top 10.
Yeah, you need to be going faster than that. You need to be going faster than that. So Delta's only a tenth and a half up as he comes round into the last sector in the last couple of corners. Heavy braking. Heavy braking. This is the one... Spain is and goes very wide. I'm surprised that's not an invalidation there. But he did lose quite a lot of time, so that might be why. Hits the line, doesn't improve. Well, he does improve. He goes 4.5 tenths faster, actually, but he doesn't improve his position.
I think a lot of drivers might be struggling considering how busy it is on the track, to be honest. But here comes Red 44 Dogs coming around the final corner. He goes 11th, and then here comes Vengeance. Can he go any quicker? He can. He's 900ths off. Yeah.
So he didn't improve. Lasser is down in his first and second sectors. Not by much, just by a little. Yellow flag down the pit straight. I think that's nothing. Lasser, can he improve? Can he go faster? He does improve. He goes a tenth and a half faster, but doesn't go up the grid anymore. Dace has had to abandon his lap.
Rainer's invalid.
Yeah, Rainer's invalid. Righty Boy is still valid, but he's 7 seconds down on his fastest time, so he's not going to be improving. And that is that. That is that.
Vengeance definitely went a lot more quicker than he was in PAFR. P2 on the grid.
And
that's a very strong qualifier.
Someone we haven't mentioned, Toss the Caver, improved massively, and he's in the top 10 on
I didn't realise.
No, I didn't either. So, yeah, that's a fantastic qualifying result from Toss. To only be, what, 9/10, which is about average, isn't it, for the between the soft and the medium tyre here. 8-9 a lap. And a great qualifying performance from B16 as well, to put it in P7 with a 15.913. So he's definitely up there. Obviously locked into tyres. Everyone from Righty Boy up is locked in.
Yeah, that was definitely an incredible qualifier there, I reckon. And I wonder if there'll be even more chaos in the race, considering how much we've already had in qualify since we had 2 DNFs.
Yep. Yeah, that's it's quite interesting chat going on in the Discord right now with regards to Fumph and Will. That was an interesting incident that happened. So let's quickly run down through the grid. So we've got Cornet in P1, Vengeance in P2, so showing some pace. Lasser in P3, Dace P4, sorry, Coolbeans P5, Exotic P6, P16 is P7, Toss P8, P9 Ted Wardo, and P10 Righty. So they're all starting on the soft, apart from Toss who's on the medium, and then Rainer, Red Dog, Viet, and then I didn't catch the rest.
I wonder if Toss can be quicker here in the race, considering he's P8 on the mediums, and if you're on the mediums, that's definitely a good place to be, I reckon, because you can either do a medium to softs or medium to hards. There's quite a few strategies you could do with the medium tire here.
Yes, there is. A few strategies. Hard tyres a good tyre to start on here. Hard tyre, go long. But if there's a 66% chance of rain after an hour, that could mess up your hard tyre start. You might want to just, if everyone's going to be going onto the wet tyre towards the end, you kind of do just want to get the fastest tyres out the way as we start.
Yeah, especially if you're outside the top 10, I reckon you'd want to go into the hards, because you can make the hards last about 25 laps maybe, I reckon. So if it's going to rain near the end, because it said if in an hour, if I'm correct, and if it's going to rain an hour, you're only going to have about 8 laps left, so if you're outside the top 10, definitely go onto the hards, I reckon.
Well, at the minute only one driver's chosen the hard tyre, which is Fumph Kugelnice, so he's on the hard. Everyone else outside the top 10 is starting on the medium.
Maybe they want to do mediums to hards, but that wouldn't be a good idea if it's going to rain near the end. But you never know, it might not rain because it's not 100%, it's only 66%, so there is the chance where it might not.
Well, Kachow on the YouTube comments, hello Kachow95 watching us, got to go hard and long. So that's his prediction, hard and long. We have got a full grid of 20. Yerdy is now with us in the Alfa Romeo. Will, though, is going to be ghosted out. So unfortunately for Will, even though he is crying for league ban from Kugelnice right now, it's just the heat at the moment, I believe, he will be picking up his own penalty for not retiring his car and quitting the session. So a double whammy penalty for Will today, if he is listening. I don't know, but it will be mentioned in the Discord stewarding later on this evening, I'm sure. Yeah, so still waiting. Session starts in 25 seconds, so still only 2 drivers on the hards, which is Delta Lima has now switched to the hard tyre. Medvez has gone back to the medium, and Fumph is on the hard as well.
maybe some of the drivers realised that it could be a good idea, and maybe get the advantage on all the other drivers, since some of the drivers might have to do a 2-stop before the rain, and some of them might only do a 1-stop. But yeah, I don't blame. God, why do I forget the names? Will. I mean, I don't blame if he does get penalty. He's definitely going to want to forget this night, but
yeah,
he'll probably forget this night after having his Witherspoons happen.
Yeah, quite possible, quite possible. So we were on the formation lap, 33 laps of Spain. Dry weather to start, anyway, and front. So Cornet's starting in P1 on the softs, Vengeance P2 on the softs. Lasser, let me get the. It annoys me how you've got everything set up, and then every time you change sessions, you've got to set everything else up again.
Yeah, that is quite the pain.
There we go. I was looking at cars. So saying strategy-wise, pit lap 6 and lap 8 off the soft. So if you're on the soft tyre, looking at pitting at about between lap 6 and lap 8 to change your tyres onto either the medium or the hard. If you go onto the mediums, you're going to be looking at about a 15-lap stint. I think that said it's disappeared pretty quickly. But then, if we are expecting rain, let's get some team radio. Delta, you still with us? Zoom in to us quickly. No. Oh, hello there. Hello there. How you feeling about the race? P17 start.
I'm going to win.
You're going to win. Here he goes. He's going to win. He's going to win.
I mean,
you heard it here first. Everyone head.
That's never going to happen.
Everyone head down to Ladbrokes.
Put all your money on it.
Yeah. So what was the weather? Is weather forecast still 66% chance of rain after an hour?
Yeah, it's still showing rain right at the very end.
Okay, rain at the end. So yeah, watch out for that. All right, line back up on the grid, and hope to see you exit out of turn 1 cleanly.
I will. I'll just let everyone else go.
Good, sounds good to me. You've only got 2 cars behind you anyway, so you qualify quite low.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have the greatest run. I spun on my second flying lap. Luckily, I had enough fuel to do a third, second one on the same set of tyres. But yeah, I lost about half a second in the first sector, unfortunately. Silly mistakes.
Yeah, happens. It happens. So you're the only driver on the hard tyre, actually. Good luck.
Ooh,
cool. So we are lining up on the grid. Hopefully we get a good camera angle, which we don't. I've got a camera angle looking from behind. Can I change that? Yes, there we go. Lights are out. 5 red lights are just about to go out now. Here we go. Same glitch as usual. Lights go out and the cars aren't moving. So wait for the cars to move.
Will's AI went a bit early.
Oh, did it? Oh, and Lasser.
Oh.
What was that? That was Lasser. He's having a horrible start. He's gone right to the back of the grid. Corner gets away well. PHE Vengeance in P2. Going round turn 1 quite cleanly so far. Bit of battle there between the 2 Ferraris and the Haas of Toss the Caver, who gains 3 positions off the start. Tosses up into P5 with Exotic P4. Yellow flag sector 1. We have a Reina Zufal is off. P20.
Oh. That's not the best way to start off the race already.
It's not, but Delta has jumped up a position on his hard tyres into P16, so he's going long into the race. Cornet's already opened up a second gap between him and PHG Vengeance, as Exotic and Dace is falling down the order. I can't catch up with him, he's falling that fast.
Oh, he's spun
There he is. There he is. Spun it at the infamous turn 8. So he's now running in P20 on his soft tyres. Probably burnt those tyres out. Ricey Boy gains a position on Red Dog, as Red Dog is now being challenged up the inside by Medwards, and Medwards barges his way through there and gets through on Red Dog. So Red Dog down to P10. Lasser gained back up to P11, so he's done pretty well. Stewart is just behind him. Cornet sets the fastest up with a 1:21.255.
Yeah, and for the position changes after the first lap, Weird and Funk have gained the most positions, as they've gained 5 each, it seems, and I think we've got a leaderboard glitch now, because it did say that they gained 6 before, but somehow it says that Will's in P1, but I think we've got another leaderboard glitch.
Mine seems alright, actually.
Mine doesn't.
It's got Will in P16 ahead of
Last down
Rayner.
the inside of Red Dog. He's off in a P10.
So yeah, missed that. Thank you for catching that. So Lasser is making his way back up through the field. Unfortunate start for him, but he's in the points paying position, so he's just got to keep driving that Red Bull as fast as he can. And oh, this is a good chance to move on. Lasser goes up the inside of Bedwards into turn 9. Yellow flag in sector 2, just behind us.
And it's Journey's picked up a 3-second penalty.
Red Dog tries to send one up the outside of Medwards, but doesn't quite make it stick. And Exotic is off as well. Exotic's dropping down, so he drops down to P11. P12 as Stuart Little goes through.
Oh, and Tedmore's out.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and Exotic spun it again.
Oh, cloud of smoke there as I came through. Clicked onto Rayner's. So Exotic is currently taking the scenic route around the final chicane.
Has he got damage? I think Weird might have damage. Oh, and he does.
Yes.
He was in such a good position.
Changing his front wing. So yeah, he's now running in P17. Cornet is driving away right now. 1.7 second lead over Vengeance.
And I think Will's holding up a lot of the drivers here, as he's, of course, ghosted, but I think he's holding a lot of them up, as he is ahead of a few of them. But Weird was one of the drivers that gained the most positions on the open lap, but Jordy, after starting in last place, apparently, he's gained 10 positions, but he's got a penalty, and so's Funk, unless my leaderboard is glitched again, which I reckon it is.
No, I've got a penalty next to Yerdy, but I haven't got one next to Fump.
Yeah, Funk, yeah, he hasn't got a penalty. I don't know if they've both gained 10 positions because my leaderboard is still glitched.
I think they have, because yeah, Fump was in P19 and Yerdy was in P10. As Fump spins and Fump is out! As we said that. Do you know what? And it's a VSC, which I think possibly
and
should turn in.
Another penalty.
Is that for cutting?
That is for corner cutting, indeed.
Full course safety car. That VSC has been updated. So Fump has had a pretty awful race so far. He's taken out one driver and he's now taken himself out. So full course safety car. Delta, what is your plan?
Stay out.
Stay out.
Keep the hard tyre. Stick with the hard tyre. I've got no damage or anything.
Good. You're just catching up behind the safety car now. What's it saying? Is it saying to overtake it?
Yeah, I'll overtake the hard.
Got very close to that then, or is that just me on my screen?
What did I miss? What did I miss?
My Delta time was going a bit mental.
Oh, was it?
Oh, God. Oh, dear.
So full course safety car. Delta currently running in P10. Rayner just ahead in P9. Yerdy's now gained 12 positions into P8. Red Dog currently P7. Medwards up to P6. Lasser's into P5 now. Righty Boy's P4. Toss is in P3 on these medium tyres. He is very well placed for a very good result at today's race. The Delta's obviously messing up for him because he's pretty much come to a complete and final stop at turn 10. Vengeance currently behind Cornet, who is in P1. So drivers we have lost is Ted Wardo, and we have also lost from Kugel Nice. It's a great safety car for B16, who's dropped 11 positions to P18. So he's going to be able to now reset, come to the back of the pack, and go again to try and gain some positions back. AA currently P17. Exotic in P16. Again, a good chance for him to reset and come back and try and get as high up the grid as he possibly can. Via on fresh mediums and a fresh front wing, currently sat behind Dace in P14. They will be teammates from next week. Give us together a little wave, will you? That's it. Well done, boys. Will's Ghost in P13, causing a few issues. Corbeen's has dropped down to P10 with drivers going in and out the pit lane. Righty Boys in the pit is, and so is Lasser. Cornet has pitted as well.
Well, it's now a Haas 1-2 at the moment, as none of them boxed, actually. But Jordy has gained 16 positions on the opening laps.
Absolutely crazy. So he's done well.
Except he's got a penalty, which isn't good.
So Kachow and Will are calling Fump Vettel. Kachow said that he's a definition of washed up, and Will is calling him Vettel vibe, so he's calmed down a little bit, making jokes, and yeah, so Fump wins the championship and then just decides to spin every which way but loose. We've had a couple of comments on the... Yeah, Henry Rogers is watching the stream. Hello, Henry. Alfa Romeo driver, not racing tonight, but Toss is speed. And yes, he is speed. Currently in P1. Medium tyres. In the best place, I believe.
Will's Ghost is now dropping. I think Will's Ghost is going to hold up a lot of the drivers here on the restart. But Cornet managed to get out ahead of Vengeance during the pit stop, so... Now the leaders mainly need to try and get ahead of all these drivers now and hope they don't hold them up too much.
Yeah, so Vengeance put the hard tyre on in the pits and Cornet put the mediums. Delta currently behind Vengeance on the hard tyre as well. Other drivers to have pitted were Cool Beans, who put the mediums on. Cornet mediums, Vengeance mediums, I've already said that. Righty Boy mediums, Lasser mediums. Dace put mediums on, so did Exotic. And B16 has put the hard tyre on. PAFR pitted on the beginning of the race and put the hard tyres on, so he's on 3-lap old hard. So he's in quite a good position as well. Hasn't got a pit for a little while. And we'll see what comes of that. Penalties wise, Yodi's got 3 and Viet's got 3.
Rayner and Jurdy came quite close to each other just now. As luckily Rayner managed to avoid Jurdy, but they nearly made contact, and it's not the best time to make contact really, because if you hit somebody under a safety car, you're going to get penalised very, very bad.
Especially at this time of the race as well, where everyone's still got a pit again, you are going to lose that 5 seconds, and you're not going to be able to get it back. We do take 5-second penalties off if you haven't pitted. But if you get it during your pit stop, then we can't take it off.
Yeah, I reckon the safety car is going to come in now this lap, but looking behind, PAFR AA Gaming seems to be going quite slow on the Red Bull for some reason. I reckon he's trying to not get too close with them just in case he hits them, because you never know, you could get brake checked under the safety car, knowing what some of these guys could be like.
Yeah, unfortunately so. It does get, it's especially if his car's glitching and Stuart gets that's a time penalty for multiple warnings, so he's cut a corner under the safety car. and
I think Delta actually overtook it.
Okay, he's still in P8 on my screen, so let's see what happens there. But safety car is coming in. Toss is now the safety car. Medwas gets very close to him. Great overhead shot as we come down the pit straight. Toss is gone. We are racing, we are green. Medwards is quite far behind. He's got Red Dog right behind him. Yodi in P4. Toss looks like he's going to have an unobstructed run into turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3. Any action going on at the back, further back to the grid. Delta's lost a position to Stuart Little, so Delta has now taken a trip on the Stuart Little train. Coolbeans in P10 is right behind Delta, goes up the inside of Delta Lima as they run down to turn 4. Coolbeans gets the move done. Delta is fighting back round the outside, but Coolbeans is just going to not run him out of room necessarily, leaves him plenty of space, but Delta does have to get off the power and concede that position to Coolbeans. That's a great battle through a couple of corners there from them two.
And somehow Will's AI actually tried to overtake a driver, it seems, but I think he's actually dropped back now. And Righty Boy picks up a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, well, for the track limits, but Dog and Cornet actually battling for the podium position, but Cornet managed to get on top of that, and he's already making his way back up the field, I reckon. Okay,
so yeah, Medwards is currently half a second behind.
Oh, and Rayner! Oh, and he's out!
Rayner's out.
He made contact with Jurdy. They came together and Janer actually spun out and he's crashed.
Oh dear, so Rayner is out. It's yellow flag, no safety car, no VSC, which is interesting. I think it's going to stay like that. VSC would have normally come out right now, so I think we're going to stay just with the yellow flag while they clear up Rayner's car. Cars are still quite far. I think it does work out on where the cars are on track. Yeah, so his car's gone. If there was a car going through that part of the track, I think they might have released the VSC. As
Cornet back into the second.
Yeah, so Cornet's made his way right back up the field, and he is just behind Toss the Caber now. And they had a bit of a battle in NRL race Brazil, where Toss ended up taking out Cornet on the run up to the fast right-hander. So we could be seeing a repeat of that. Similar sort of track, quite tight, quite twisty, quite technical, as Cornet is dummying to go up the inside. Toss has got the inside line for the next corner though. Cornet is slightly ahead. Camera, and he's done it. That is a great move. That. So Cornet is back into the lead, and Vengeance is still stuck in P6. Those hard tyres weren't the best thing to be on.
No, clearly the hard tyres were not the best thing to be on, but to be fair, some of the drivers haven't pitted yet, so the drivers that did pit, they're going to get the upper hand since they're on fresher sets.
Yeah, so Toss's tyres are 8 laps old, and so are Medward's, so they are going to be coming towards the end, as we've got a battle going on here between Coolbeans and Stuart Little. Coolbeans is going to try and go up the inside of Stuart into turn 1. Not great camera shots I'm getting today, as that, yeah, Coolbeans gets the move done in the distance, and he's passed Stuart into P7. So Coolbeans on those.
Stuart Little went a bit wide there, and I think Lass might try and have a go, but he doesn't.
Yeah, Lasser is looking as well. Gets a bit twitchy on the exit of 4. What's the other kind of gaps have we got? Exotic and P13. There's a huge train of cars here from Dace Tag back. Delta back. I think Delta is... everyone's part of the Delta train right now. He's got Dace right behind him. Righty Boy, Exotic and Viet are all part of the Delta train. So he's holding up his teammate a couple of spots back. So... he can try and get Viet through that gap and then let him through. That would be perfect. As Dace goes up the inside of Delta into turn 10. He's got that move done. Delta's not going to fight it back too hard. He's got Righty Boy just behind him now as well. So Delta running his own race though. He's on the hard tyre and he's going to go long into the race. He doesn't want to get held up too much at this point in time.
And in turn 10, I believe, Issei actually tried to overtake Stuart Little but didn't quite have enough space or a good enough exit to overtake him, but he might try and overtake him on straighter as B16 boy gets a 3-second penalty. Down the inside into turn 1 goes Issei, and when he forces Stuart Little off.
So yeah, Lasser gets past Stuart, and Stuart's in P9. What other kind of gaps are we looking at here? Yerdy is still sticking with the front pack. He's just behind Red Dog. And he's got Vengeance just behind him, so he's holding Vengeance up right at the minute.
Delta's...
Oh, Delta's lost a few positions. What's happened there?
Maybe he made a mistake.
Yeah, he's let his teammate through though. So again, still running his own race. He's going to go deep, but he has got B16 boy coming up fast behind him. He's only 1.6 seconds behind. AA Gaming currently in P16, and Willbot is currently in P17.
My Exotic tries to go around the outside of Righty Boy, but doesn't manage to do that.
No, it's a very hard part of the track. You don't want to touch any of these curbs in this part of the track, because they will absolutely ruin you and send you across. As Cornet sets the fastest lap of the race, he's 3.5 second gap between anyone now, so he is driving off into the distance on those fresh medium tyres. DRS is enabled.
Trying to overtake his teammate here, Stuart Little, and he has overtaken him before they even get into turn 1. He's up in a P9.
As Exotic is going up the inside of Righty Boy and gets that position done and dusted on the exit, but goes wide, and Righty is... yeah, Righty was fighting that back, but backs off of it. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. It's a Delta Lima.
I think he has a puncture. Backwards. He has wing damage. B16 boy has wing damage.
Okay.
I thought he had a puncture for a second, but he's just got wing damage. I wonder who...
yeah, wing damage there. I would assume it's Delta, seeing as Delta was spinning around as well.
And he made collision with AA Gaming, which is PAFR AA.
Who, big B16 and Delta, was it? Who was who collided with AA?
B16.
Let's see if we can get some team radio from Delta. Delta, what happened there? You with us?
He's focusing.
Hey, he's not focusing.
Oh, he's dropped out. Oh, he's gone to last.
Yeah, he's in P17. He's not focusing.
Oh, I didn't even realise that.
I had Medwards and Toss Kaber are fighting. Toss gets that move, keeps P2. And Medwards is fighting back. Medwards is showing some really, really good pace today. Could be up there and get his first podium. Fighting with Toss
also
Kaber.
just putting the fast lap of the race. He's gone purple in Sector 1 again.
Okay, so Dace is... Oh. Excuse me, apologies.
Bless you from the Alpine people.
We've got a Ferrari who's just lost a piece of carbon fibre. I think that might have been Cool Beans. He was in that battle there.
Another penalty.
Oh dear, Stuart. He does these races where he. Cool Beans has got damage. Unfortunately, he's got a lot of understeer through turn 9. Stuart has these races where sometimes he doesn't get one. Everyone's literally the whole grid's got a penalty except for him. And other occasions, Red Dog zooms on through there on Yerdy. And yeah, the whole grid's got a time penalty and Stuart's got none. And sometimes no one gets a penalty and Stuart seems to get everyone's penalty. So very inconsistent driver with the track limits. So Delta, as you were here, what happened to you?
I just lost it coming out through turn 2. I just got a bit too much power down too quickly. Span it, flicked it back across the track. I don't know if I'm not sure if anyone behind me hit me.
Nothing to do with AA or B16, no.
No, I spun
Dirty
before
Spawn!
they got there.
Dirty Spawn!
Oh no! Can't catch up. Turn 2 has got another victim. Yerdy down in P11, still on the hard tyres. We've still got a good chance, but unfortunately for him, he's having a great race up until that point. He drops down to P12. AA goes through in P11, Viet in P10, and we've got a bit of a train. There is a joke. Oh, that is a great move there by Exotic. A very daring move up the inside, and Exotic gets through on Stuart. Stuart could look to fight back. He's going to have to lift off a lot more. The dirty air through turn 9 is going to be awful, especially on 12 lap old medium tyres. DRS doesn't really do much down this back straight, does it? It's not quite long enough.
It does not. Not really that big of a difference unless the driver head gets a bad exit, but Red Dog, when he pitted for those hard tyres, he also picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Oh dear. I was watching him in the practice session actually, and he was absolutely slamming it into the pit lane, because obviously the rules are off in the practice session, so maybe he was just in practice mode and absolutely slammed it in. Fresh hard tyres, and he's ahead of Delta though, and Delta's on 12 lap old hard, so Delta does have to pit again. Viet picks up a time penalty. Trying to look at the gaps. The gaps are all about 3/10 at the minute. There's Viet, who's just behind Righty Boy, and the Stuart Little Express we are on board with right now. No move going on there. Let's go back to broadcast mode, because I'm not a big fan of the onboard cameras. Don't really get to see much of the action. Righty Boy is currently in a sandwich of Stuart Little and Viet. PAFR is currently 4.5 seconds behind, and the gaps, that's the closest battle on the grid so far. Unfortunately for Stuart, the dirty air, I think it's the dirty air which is getting him. He's really stuck behind Exotic. He's 1.5 seconds now, so he lost a bit of time there. He was a lot closer just a minute ago. So Righty Boy and Viet are going to have to make a huge
There's a very big train here up front with Toss, Medward, Vengeance, Laz, Dacte, just Dacte. I don't think they're able to get ahead of Toss there, because he's got a lot of power down these straights, it seems, but his teammate was going to try it down the inside, but he just doesn't, and someone's phone is ringing.
Yeah, my wife's. I've kicked her out the lounge.
There's a yellow flag in Sector 3, and it's for Delta.
Oh,
Delta Spawn.
Delta. We can see you. We see you. If I miss you, I'm not gonna, Yerdy pits onto the hard tyres, so he could be possibly going to the end on these tyres. 18 laps left. I haven't mentioned Cornet very much, but he's currently got an 8.5 second lead. He's just driving off into the distance. Hopefully the rain will affect this race a little bit later on. If it does come, there was a 66% chance of rain at the end of the race, so that could make things a bit interesting at the end. He's got to try and build as big of a lead as he possibly can and hope for no more safety cars.
He's gonna lap his teammate here now in a minute. Except his teammate's in AI mode, which isn't really a teammate.
He normally laps his teammate anyway.
Oh, no difference then.
Medwards comes into the pits, so he finally pulls the trigger, and Vengeance is up to P3, currently 9 seconds off the lead. Lasser is
Stuart pits as well.
Stuart in the pit lane, coming off, probably going to put hard tyres on, so medium hards.
Always fixes his front wing.
Oh, okay, he had front and wing damage. That's probably a reason why he had a bit of understeer through the corners and picking up a few time penalties. So yeah, Lasser is joined the train behind Toss. So Toss is holding a few people up, but he's done 15 laps on the medium tyres. So I would think he'd be coming into the pit lane on this lap. If not this, the next. But he's doing a great job for Cornet right now. He's holding up the drivers behind him.
Yeah, he's doing a good job since, considering that he's on 15 lap old mediums and he's P2, I'd say he's doing a very good job because the tyres are not going to be very grippy now and he's going to definitely struggle, but he's managed to keep P2 for a couple of laps and I'd say that he's doing a great job considering how old those tyres are.
Yeah, so how far, what's the pit lane loss here, about 20 seconds, 22 seconds?
I think it's about 23 seconds.
He'll drop to about P11. We'll feed him out when he does pit. He does pit now, so let's keep an eye on Toss. Let's keep an eye on where he is.
Off the undercut.
Yes, I think he's just in that window actually. If it's about 22 seconds, 23 seconds, I think Medwards might just get ahead of him. So he's got.
Also picks up a penalty.
So let's watch this pit stop from Haas. Put the hard tyres on. AA goes through. Let's jump on board Medwards. Medwards is going. No, he's going to easily get past, I think. Let's watch as Medward. No, you're right. It was going to be very close. I got my equations a little bit wrong there. Toss does just about stay ahead of Medwards. The Toss comes out in P9. Medwards must be fuming at that, thinking he might have just got ahead, but because he was being held up a bit by Toss, I believe. So yeah, Toss is ahead of him.
And Cornet's about to lap his AI teammate now, and he's about to.
Let's watch
I think the
this.
Red Bull. Did the Red Bull try to make the overtake? And it does seem to be actually. I just realised it's starting to get a lot more cloudy, so I think that there is definitely going to be rain a bit early. To be honest, I reckon.
That is a very good shout. It literally has gone dark very, very quickly. Last lap, this was quite a bright pit lane. And on this lap, it's gone dark very quickly. So, yeah, we could be seeing...
Weird pits.
So Vengeance is now into P2 with Lasser, who's made an amazing comeback drive, Lasser, actually. The safety car definitely helped him, but from his loss of traction off the start, he's currently into P3. Dace in P4, who's again had a great comeback drive from being at the back of the grid from spinning on the first lap. AA picks up a 3-second time penalty. Exotic again, good comeback drive, but he will have to pit again on 13 lap old mediums. But if it does rain, they're in a very, very, very good position.
Weird manages to actually come out ahead of a Cool Bean here. And
okay.
I believe Cool Bean was actually ahead of him before they pitted.
I think they were, but Cool Beans did have some damage, so he would have had to change his wing. But then I think he said Viet did as well, didn't he? Viet had some damage as well, so I think they both... not sure what. Obviously, you can change your front wing. You can't change your floor or your rear wing damage. I don't know if any of them have got rear wing damage or floor damage, which is obviously impacting them as well.
I'm very curious on how long this train is going to last.
Yellow flag.
Weird's crashed out of the race.
It's Viet out. Unfortunately, there's the same
safety car.
Full course safety car. So who are we going to see coming in the pits? We probably need to see Cornet pit.
Boy pitting. Righty Boy comes into the pit lane and is AA Gaming. AA Gaming comes into the pit lane as well. I don't think Toss will. So he's just pitted, and so's Medward. I reckon Delta might pit if he decides to.
Yes, I think
it would be best. I reckon it would be best, to be honest, if he did.
Well, there's still 15 laps left. The mediums will just about do 15 laps, but if it is going to rain, he might be best off staying out.
Oh,
he's got
and he's just got a drive-through.
Delta.
Oh,
the Delta times is a joke.
Delta.
I reckon
Delta.
pit for the softs, because you could go for fast lap before the rain starts coming, maybe.
Yep, good point. AA's doing that though. AA
he's
is going
speeding
soft
as well.
tyres. Oh,
Come on!
Good night, everyone.
Oh no, don't leave.
don't leave
No.
us, come on. Bring that Alpine
Don't
home.
leave.
You're the last Alpine on the track. Come on. Get the fastest lap for us, will you, boy?
We've lost both of the Alpha Tauris. We've pretty much lost an Aston Martin. We've lost a Williams. We can't lose another Alpine.
So Stuart Little is hating every single minute of this as Cornet pits.
He slows down for the safety car. I think he thought he had to go behind the safety car.
Yeah. So Cornet is putting on a medium tyre, so he started soft, goes medium.
Vengeance is going to lead the race.
He is on a hard tyre, 14 lap old hard, so they can probably do another 7 laps comfortably, maybe 10 laps. I think going to the end, another 13 laps on those could be very tricky. So he's holding out for rain. I think Vengeance is holding out for rain as he goes past the safety car. No, it's picked him up now. So hopefully we haven't got anyone lapped, so we're not going to have any issues with lapped cars, because that is always an issue. But Cornet is just behind him on the fresh medium tyres, so he's going to have an advantage. If it rains, then yeah, we're all holding out for this rain. Hopefully we get it. Lasser's put the hard tyre on, expecting to go to the end on the hards. Dace is medium, Exotic medium, Righty Boy medium. Medwards stays out on his hards. Red Dog stays out on his hards as well. AA stays out, pits for the soft tyre. So he's expected the soft tyres won't do 13 laps. So AA is hoping for rain. Toss changes to the medium. Didn't he have hards? No, he put the.
Not sure actually, but the two Haas drivers definitely aren't going to be happy with that safety car record, because they're down to P7 and P10 now.
So yeah, Medwards put the medium. Hang on a minute. Where's Toss the Cabber? Medium hard. So he put the. I can't work out these bloody tyres. Stupid. Hang on a minute. Toss. Where's Toss here?
You go to pit stops, you can check.
Yeah, it didn't really. It was a bit confusing, that was for me. I'm not gonna lie. Things do confuse me quite easily. Here we go. So Yerdy's done. No, so Cool Beans has done a soft, medium strategy for 3 pit stops. B16 has gone soft, medium, hard, medium, soft. So he's done the very strange strategy so far with the 4 pit stops. Where is Toss the Caber? P10. So he went medium, hard, medium. So he did actually put a set of hard tyres on and then gone to the medium. What's been going on at the grid while I was looking at the tyres?
Into turn 1, Dacte came into the corner very fast and he barely avoided Lasse. If he didn't move out of the way, then that would have been Dacte's race over, and probably Lasse would have had wing damage, I reckon.
Okay, so yeah, thankfully nothing happened. Dace is probably going to sit back a little bit now and just avoid getting close to anybody. Lasser, yeah, P3 for Lasser, so another good race for him. Lasser was we used to have a league called JFR, and he was the champion of JFR. Again, bit of an alien on F1 2019. Been racing with Lasser since, and he was so fast in 2019. 2020 he wasn't. He had really struggled with 2020, but 2021 he's come straight out of the box again, and he is a very, very fast driver, so he's definitely going to be up there this season on the podium. So yeah, he's had a good race so far.
And it seems that the safety car is going to stay out for another lap here, it seems, actually, so...
Yeah, if you miss...
Is the rain going to maybe come before the safety car comes in?
It's looking very, very grey. Delta, ask Jeff how long the weather is. And let us know.
It does look like it's got a bit lighter, though.
I don't know, I think it's got darker. Maybe it's just our screens. Yeah, who knows?
I mean, it's quite dark in my room.
Still 15 minutes to rain. Roughly.
15 minutes to rain, so I don't think it's going to rain before the end of the race.
If the safety car stays out, if we get another safety car, then I reckon it will come before the end of the race. But of course, there is the chance that it could come to the track early, so that could change strategies.
Yeah, it could do. But if it is 15 minutes, it's about, what, a minute 20 lap here, isn't it? About a minute 20, the average racing lap. Maybe 21, 22.
119s, I believe, because some drivers have been setting 118s.
Fastest lap is an 18.257. So yeah, you're looking, probably 19.20 as a lap. So that's 15 laps in 15 minutes. So yeah, I think, and there's only 11 laps left, so I think it's going to be quite a hard push to get a safety car in the current situation. So AA might have made a mistake, along with Delta Lima, who will have to pit again. They're going to have to hope for another safety car, possibly. Penalty-wise, Stuart Little's got 12 seconds, Yerdy's got 6, Delta's got a drive-through, which is going to have to serve as soon as the safety car comes in, which I'm assuming is going to be this lap. Everyone's all bunched up again now. Red Dog is
I think
5 seconds.
I'm not sure if Delta was trying to overtake Stuart Little, or if Stuart Little just didn't go quick enough and Delta just nearly overtook him or something. So I saw that
very close between them again.
Position.
Yeah, it was just glitching, and then I just pulled alongside him.
Well, safe cars in this lap, so we will get underway again here now, and hopefully Delta can set a fast lap.
Go on, Delta. Get your fastest lap in, boy. Oh, come on, boy.
I mean, you're on the soft tire, and the fast lap was set on the mediums.
You can do it. Safety car comes in. Vengeance has kept stay behind the safety car for a very long time. He goes. Cornet is timed it very well. Cornet, actually, he's only 2. He's gaining. Cornet could have this move done by the end of the.
Both using ERS though.
They are very thirsty.
No.
Oh, Lasser does back out. Cornet gets ahead though. Cornet is ahead of Vengeance, and they come round. Lasser's very close to Vengeance as well. He's on 17 lap old halves to Lasser's 2 lap old, so Lasser is in a good position here, as Dace is just behind, but he's have to fight off Exotic with a dirty stick right behind him, with Righty Boy just a little bit further back than that. So Cornet leads the race again, ahead into the first corner.
Directly down the inside of Lasser.
Yeah, so Lasser is up the inside as well, no, around the outside, sorry. They are battling very hard. Bit of wheel banging going on there. As, Lasser is now lost position to Dace. So Dace is in the podium position, but he has got...
Exotic's going to try to go around the outside.
And Lasser squeezed. Very squeezy there from Lasser onto Exotic, so Exotic stays in P5. The penalty situations, Dace and Lasser both have 3 seconds. Exotic has none, so if Exotic can stay with it, he will jump up onto the final step of the podium.
And if you can hear a helicopter outside, I'm sorry, but there's a helicopter outside my house, and Cornet puts the fast lap race with a 1:17.5. Brilliant.
Okay, so Delta has now dropped a position to B16, and Delta he's got a savage drive-through, hasn't he? Drive-through penalty. So Wilbot overtakes Delta.
AA Gaming overtakes Red Dog, P8.
And Red Dog is just behind AA now, with Toss the Caver just behind him, and Stuart Little just behind Toss. So a good little train going on around here. Exotic still fighting with Lasser, 3/10 behind. And yeah, this is the battle to be in at the minute, I think. It's about a train of 5 or 6 cars here, all the way down to Cool Beans. From AA, so 8th to 13th in this little battle here. I love these camera angles, but sometimes they don't show any action. It's very irritating. Toss is just ahead of this battle, so he could be joining it soon, as Toss goes up the inside of Red Dog, up the inside into turn 10. Red Dog's getting swamped here. And Stuart Little has been dropped a couple of positions. I think he did get a bit too eager to try and get through there, and he drops another one. Cool Beans goes past. DRS has now been enabled. So what's happened to Stuart? Stuart's boxing. Has he got damage? I'm assuming so. As
as things stand, Exotic would actually be on the podium due to the penalties between Dax and Lasse here, so he doesn't want to battle them too much, and he wants to just mainly watch his track limits here.
Yeah, so he has...
half the field have penalties.
Yeah, so penalty-wise, it's still 3 seconds, so no more for Dace and Lasse, so they're both the same. Dace is starting to pull away a little bit though, so Exotic is going to have to make a move on Lasse if he wants to keep here with a chance of this podium.
Yeah, I reckon once he gets the DRS on the main straighter, I reckon he'll overtake him there.
So
if he's aggressive, he might try to overtake him there.
Yeah, he goes for the move. He does look, but yeah, he had a look, but thought better of it. So let's stay on board this battle through these last couple of corners.
All right, hey boy, spun.
Oh dear, Righty Boy spun and is dropping down the grid.
Oh, and he's came back a bit unsafely there, I reckon.
He takes some people out. Oh, as Exotic gets very sideways into the last bit, but manages to keep it on track. Closing in. Yeah, I think he realised he probably was a bit too far back. The little mistake he made in the last corner cost him that spot. As Dace gets past Vengeance. So Dace is now into P2 in that Mercedes. A great comeback drive from Dace, and he's chasing down Cornet. So
side by side. A-Game's doing a great job.
Yeah, he does really well in this league. And Medwards and Toss gets past Medwards, and Medwards tries to fight back up the inside at turn 4. No. So AA on those soft tyres, he's going to struggle though. His tyres are going to start going off.
Yeah, they will definitely wear off, but if the rain comes, that might...
So 6 laps on the soft so far, 3 of them under the safety car. So probably take 2 laps off that. So he's probably done about 3 laps on those softs. You can get another 3 or 4 out of them maybe before they do start really hurting. So Vengeance into P3.
It also seems that Dax has overtaken Vengeance.
Yes, yeah, so Dace is out into P2 with Vengeance in P3, but Vengeance is on 20 lap old hards.
Wow.
And Dace is absolutely flying, so Cornet is going to have to be very careful.
Around the outside of Lasse into turn 1.
Hey, I just missed that.
Can you get ahead?
Damn. Yeah, there we go, caught back onto that now.
Up in the P4.
So Exotic now chasing down Vengeance, and he's in 3 seconds, but Vengeance doesn't have a penalty. So Exotic is going to have to catch and overtake Vengeance. I'm not sure who's going to make. I'm not sure Vengeance is going to make it. He's got 6 laps left, and those hards would have done 27 laps by the end of that.
Wait, is he not pitted?
No, well, no, he has pitted. He went medium hard, put on the hards very early. He did 6 laps on the mediums, I believe. No, 6 laps on the softs, and it's gone hard to the end. So
well, if he can get to the end, then that would be very impressive.
Yeah, definitely. So Exotic is currently chasing down. Dace has lost some time to Cornet, so Cornet is pulling away from Dace ever so slightly, maybe a 10th or 2 here and there. Dace can just, Dace can just sit there and try and gain some time as Red Dog does pick up a time penalty. Corbin's a 16 lap old medium tyres. I don't think they're going to last for much longer, as Righty Boy is teammate just behind him on 7 lap old medium, so I'm assuming they're going to do some team orders in a second, and they're going to let each other go.
Red Dog lost the back end. Oh, and I see raindrops coming. I just saw rain.
Oh,
here it comes. Will anyone box for Inters if it gets a bit more heavy? Because I saw the raindrops and
yes, I see it as well. I've just gone on board the cockpit of Cornet. So the rain is here. Delta, how's it feeling on track?
It's okay at the moment. We're just seeing light rain. We're not predicted to get any heavier. So,
do you reckon it's going to go into?
It's going to be a gamble for the next couple of laps. 5 laps remaining, 6 laps remaining.
Yeah.
It's only just spitting, so we could be okay.
Let's see how we go. So Red Dog is currently fighting for his life in P10. Corbin's just behind him. He still hasn't leapt, but here we go. Red Dog looking at Medwards, goes up the inside, up the outside, back up the inside, gets the move done, but Medwards fights back. Bit of a slap, got to leave the space there. That is, you don't want to be on the inside curb but making an overtake there. You're going to take both each other out. And Red Dog does have to sit back, but goes, oh, what a move that is from Red Dog. I know that was a bit of a dive bomb, and they've had contact at the end. Unfortunately, Medwards has spun round. Hard
and
racing
picks
there.
Up another penalty. Oh,
yeah,
no.
so Vengeance has now got.
Vengeance is going to lose the podium. He's got 6 seconds. No, he's got 3 seconds.
Just 3 seconds.
Lose the podium.
Yeah, so Exotic, that would have been music to Exotic's ears. So yeah, Exotic currently P4, but he's going to jump up to. He's going to be pretty close. Dace is not gaining on.
Well, I think Red Dog spun, and he has. He made contact with Corby.
Oh dear.
And,
so maybe the rain is starting to play a bit of a part.
Did Cornet not attend Belgium last week?
No, he wasn't there at Belgium, no.
Oh. Well, he's going to definitely get enough points there this weekend, at least.
Yeah, so who won? I can't remember who won last. Holmesy won last week. So riding on board with Cornet, it does look like it's not getting necessarily heavier. There is only 4 laps left. Cornet is staying out.
Braking by B1, by B16 there. That was very aggressive. He braked way too late there, I reckon.
Was he trying to make a move on righty?
I think he was trying to, but he was still quite far back.
So Vengeance is still doing a great job on these very worn tyres. He's only just... But he's starting to catch back up with Dace.
He's actually... Vengeance is managing to actually keep the gap quite decent between him and Exotic here, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not gaining, so he's got a hope. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, and it's a Haas.
Is that Toss? That's Toss.
That's Toss. Toss, the caber, has spun it again. So is this the weather playing an issue, or is that just Toss's bad driving?
Probably the weather, or maybe both.
I'm going to side more with Toss's bad driving. He is known as a spinner.
I've never seen him drive something. I have no clue what he's like. But
he's a spinner. He's got his own website.
If he can close the gap, he can still score some good points.
It's very true. Very true. So Exotic is P4, 2.3 seconds behind Vengeance, who has dropped a bit now to Dace. But Dace is starting to gain on Cornet with 3 laps left. Dace is starting to catch Cornet, so Cornet's going to have to be in a bit of a... You're going to have to watch out, Cornet.
This could be the first points for Haas as well, and Toss, but I think Toss's tyres are just way too... I think does he have damage? No?
I'm not sure, but Medwards has overtaken now into P10.
Tyres might be too up to temperature, I reckon.
Penalty-wise, Medwards has...
It doesn't look like he has grip, he's pitting. He's got a 3-second penalty for the corner. Oh, but he went over the red and white line, and that's made him get a corner cut penalty. Yeah,
so he's now got 3 seconds. Only drivers who haven't got a penalty is Cornet, Exotic, and Wilbot.
So there is the chance for Exotic to still get on that podium.
Dace is now starting to drop back, so maybe Cornet made a tiny little mistake, but Dace is still doing a good drive, and you can see Cornet up ahead. But he's just not going to be quite close enough. But Vengeance is starting to, the gap's not gaining to Vengeance. And Exotic is still within that 3-second window. So Exotic, all he has to do now is drive nicely. And
closest battle at the moment between B16 and Righty Boy for P8. And I reckon DRS could maybe get disabled soon on probably the last lap if the rain does go. But as Delta did say, it's not meant to get any more heavy. But
yeah, so that's always a good sign.
Might be a bit shocked. Oh, but
Exotic
no.
must be crying in his cockpit now.
He just had to keep the track limits.
Exotic is crying.
He could have had the podium.
Yeah, so he might have lost that podium now. He's got to hope that Vengeance's tyres won't last another 2 laps.
He's got to hope that Vengeance gets puncture here.
Yeah.
Or Vengeance corner cuts again.
I was going to say, we're looking at the fuel. You normally get an idea of how people's fuel's going. But obviously with 2 safety cars, the fuel is all looking alright. No one's got a yellow flashing fuel. So we're not going to have any fuel issues. Everyone can still go flat out.
The only drivers with no penalties is Cornet and Will, even though Will's not actually here. But originally, they're managing to... Cornet, really, is managing to actually keep it very consistent here, as he's not got a single penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, so Cornet's just having a nice drive right now. They normally have a party together, Dace and Cornet, so they might even be talking together actually, and just managing the gap between each other. Vengeance 26 lap old hards. They're going far into the race. Going very, very far. AA's tyres 12 lap old softs in these conditions. I do not envy him, but he's having a great drive so far. Both Red Bulls, P5 and P6. AA won't pick up any points for the reserve, as being a reserve driver, but he will pick up his own driver's points. He won't pick up constructor's points, should I say.
It would still be a very good finish for him, but I think Dacte might be struggling, to be honest, because Vengeance has actually closed the gap on him.
But Dace has closed a second to Cornet as well.
Ooh. But at the same time, Cornet's most likely going to win because the penalties. Oh, and the Haas isn't going to be in the points now, I reckon.
Oh yeah, Corbins is just. We got yellow flag.
And I think
last sector.
Delta.
Oh, it's me.
We can see you, Delta.
Here we goes.
We can see you. And Toss puts in the fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap, 17.229. So Dace is now within 2 seconds on the last couple of laps. Last lap. We are in the last lap already.
Are we going to see a final corner overtake between Vengeance and Dacte?
I'm not sure. Vengeance is going to be going for the move, but let's ride on board with Cornet as he comes around the last couple of corners. Here he comes.
Dacte, wait a minute. Exotic might get on the podium. Because Dacte has 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Ah, okay, yeah, he drops.
Enough?
He drops. Yes.
And he is.
Dace
200 of a second.
Dace has dropped out. Oh my god.
Oh.
As Cornet wins.
And Exotic picks up his second podium.
Good job, Exotic. Good job. Well done.
Reckon, I think that puts him in the lead of the championship, I reckon. Final
points paying position at the minute on track is Coolbeans crosses the line, Medwards crosses the line in P11, Red Dog coming across in P9, P12, and Stuart
5 seconds away for unserved.
Yeah, so he's going to drop a few. Is he? No, because Stuart had a couple of Stuart had the most warnings. Toss comes across the line, P14 crashes. Nice one. Delta, here he goes. Those soft 13 lap old softs at the end must have been awful for him.
He
goes through Toss's ghost.
I think Will's AI actually went ahead of Dacte here, actually, to be honest. I mean Delta, not Dacte, Delta.
So there he is. Cornet wins another race, adds another trophy to the Hall of Fame. There's the trophy, and let's see if we can get some drivers in for some interviews.
It's an Aston Martin in first.
That's how it normally is. Stroll in last. Unfortunately, that's we've got an American. Don't normally see very Americans in the on the podium. Right.
He was on the podium last week as well.
He was, actually, to be fair, he was. He's a very, very good driver. Unfortunately, with Dace, could have been a double American, but it wasn't. So we've invited Cornet into the party. Let's see if he joins. Here he is. Cornet is in the party. Cornet, congratulations. How was that for you? Yeah. Yes, I mean, you went from what, P6, weren't you? P6? I think you're P6, yeah, something like that. You made a good move. And the second safety car restart as well, you timed it perfectly behind Vengeance and you got past him into the first corner. It did. I got one good move. I got one good move on the safe after the first safety car. I got one move up the inside at turn 10, which is very, very nice. Turn 10 and turn 11. Yeah, it sounds like you enjoyed it. Sounds like you're out of breath. You going to faint on us like Lewis did last week? Were you in a party with Dace? Yeah, were you talking to him? Because he was catching you up. He caught you up about a second and a half on that last lap. Yeah, fair enough. You were the only driver to finish without a time penalty apart from your AI teammate. Who decided to abandon. Any questions, Charlie, for the race winner corner? Yeah, he'll be fighting. He was fighting last year until Fump just drifted away right at the end of the season. Yeah. Yeah. Not having a great season so far, is he, old Fump? He's not enjoying 2021. Perfect. Well, I'm going to get. No, he doesn't have the race. Doesn't seem to have the consistency as he had. So let's see. I'm just inviting Dace and Exotic into the party. Let's see if they get the two Americans in and see what they have to say for themselves. What's that? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, he lost it was 2/10.
200. No, oh yeah, 2/10, 2/10.
No, it was 200. Sorry, no, you're right. It was 200.
No,
Yeah, it was 200. So yeah, that was very interesting. Let's see if we can get. Exotic's not replied. So let's see if I can get Toss. He sometimes has a microphone, sometimes doesn't. I want to take the mick out of Toss. Yeah. See if we can get Toss the Caber in here. I think he lasted all of 5 minutes, I think. It wasn't, yeah, if it wasn't 5 minutes, it wasn't far off 5 minutes. So yeah. He obviously realised his car wasn't going to make it through to the grid the next day. So, without taking sight, Exotic is here. Here is Exotic, and so is Toss the Cavers. Let's chat to Exotic first. Exotic, 200ths, and you get that second podium. Medwards. Yeah. We were watching you. Obviously, you and Cornet were the only two active drivers who hadn't picked up any time penalties. We said you were going to start crying when you picked up that 3 seconds. Were you crying? Were you angry, or did you just focus and get your head down? You grabbed it back. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's is that. You got podium last week, didn't you? And a podium this week. So your start to the season has been amazing. Well, when was the last time an American led the Formula One Drivers' Championship? Has it ever happened? Obviously. But Alfa Romeo picking up some really, really good points. Very strong. You obviously finished 2020 very strongly, and you started 2021 very strongly. So I can see you picking up your first win soon. So that's your third place. How long until you get a win? Ah, man. Not good. Well, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on your P3. And see you next week, hopefully. Get that Drivers' Championship in the bag. And now, first time I've ever spoken to Toss. Is he in the party? Is his microphone live? Toss, can you hear us? Here we go. Toss the Caver. It's the first time I've ever heard your voice properly. How you doing, Toss? So you've got... I have severe depression in the Discord. What happened? I thought you were in the prime position. Especially after the safety car. The safety car, you had your hard tyres on, you were out, you were loving life, weren't you?
Does happen, to be fair. I think you have to be at hard screen.
Fair enough.
All of the leagues do it.
Right. Toss, start again.
Oh, I don't even know what to say now.
Just depressed, I bet.
Yeah.
At least Celtic won today. Did they? Did they win?
6-0.
6-0. There you go. So you got one little win today.
Oh, I had such a good qualifying. Like P8's already good enough without it being on mediums.
Yeah, no, it was very good.
And then ended up leading when the first safety car came out. But that ended up just ruining my race already. Everyone just got a free stop.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Like, it was too early for me to go into hards, and then second safety car came out and saved me a bit, and then I kind of did what I usually do.
You tossed the cave at it.
Yeah.
Basically. What curve was it? It was 10... Was it 10? I think I saw you. No, 10-11 wasn't it? I saw you spin it.
No, that... I spun it turn 2. Medward spun at some point, but I think that was coming out the last chicane. So I don't know, but I know. Not at turn 10, definitely not.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, not a great race.
Lap, so
you got far, exactly. You got fastest lap. You got a point, so that's something.
The first points of them all.
Back in the Haas.
So, yeah, well, the master plan worked in qualifying at least.
It did. It nearly worked in the race. Just the safety car screwed you over. You can't obviously predict safety cars, so you know. There you go.
Yeah, but that's how it is.
Exactly.
But what's the next race? Where do we go next?
We're on to Baku.
Baku, I'm going to win Baku. Right, there you go.
One of my personal favourites, so make sure you win.
I'll lap the entire field twice.
Will ya?
30 seconds ahead of the next guy. Going to win the race.
Okay. I look forward to that. Wonderful. Well, you're not in. Hang on a sec. Yes, you are in the Hall of Fame, but you haven't got a fastest lap in the Hall of Fame, so I'll be adding that to that very shortly for you. So, another little win for you today. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. All right. So that was that. Any comments, Charlie? Any overtakes you saw? Any good overtakes? For overtake of the race?
Yeah, there's definitely one overtake. I can't remember who it was on though. I think it was on. Pretty sure it was on your teammate or an Alfa Romeo, but it was definitely a good overtake. And congrats on your first points, especially getting the fast last. Pretty good.
Yes, yeah, he got the fastest lap right at the end on the softs. He picks up his first points. So yeah, overtake wise, I think I remember that one. That was Delta. Was it on Delta? I think it was something like that. Moment of the race has to be. So normally I do a weekly notebook with a race review and a race preview, and I try and stick in an overtake of the race and a moment of the race. So I'm trying to think now what happened. It was quite chaotic. Cornet's one. I remember Cornet having a good overtake, so I might stick that one in there. I'll re-watch the stream, or I'll maybe re-watch the stream, and I'll see if I can pick something up.
Did we get it on stream?
I got one on stream that I was that I liked, so I'll have a look at that. Moments has got to probably be the safety cars, hasn't it? Coming out at the perfect time for the drivers, but I'll see something else. I'll see if I can find something along those lines. Well, that's me. I'm heading back into the Alpine garage next week, which I'm not looking forward to because I've been quite enjoying commentating.
I'll make sure to see you spin it.
You will. Baku's not my strongest track.
Should have got me to replace you, and that's one of my best.
Okay, well you can if you want.
I'll replace you. And I'll make sure to get the points. No, I'm just joking.
So yeah, heading into the Alpine garage next week for my first race. I haven't done a league race on F1 2021 yet, which is very interesting. I've had it since it got released, and I haven't actually done a proper race yet. I've done a couple of career races, but not an actual online race yet. So I'm not looking forward to that. So we'll see how that goes. I'm a bit rusty. And yeah, you'll see me on track next week. Charlie is obviously taking over the stream and he'll be commentating with Kachow, so that'll be very interesting to see. And that is that. Thank you for joining me, Charlie. Good luck next week.
No problem.
And yeah, that's the night. That's it's over and done with. All right, we'll leave you in peace. Thanks for watching. Don't forget